Okay, so with pythons invading the Everglades, non-native animals are a growing concern in Florida. This happens to be a boa. Today, people with exotic animals and pets who no longer can take care of them can turn them in safely with no questions asked. Brian is joining me now. And Brian, tell me the name of your group, first of all.
Well, I work for the Suncoast SISMA and the Wildlife Inc. Rehabilitation and Education Center.
Okay, before we get to these guys, and that guy's really curious,
Yeah.
I want to ask you about what's going on today and where it's happening.
It's an exotic pet Amnesty Day. We're holding over at Boyd Hill Nature Preserve. And it's an event where people can surrender their exotic animals, like these two animals here. And you can see this tegu is certainly an animal that some people will turn in because they get a little aggressive.
Yeah, this guy is, how old is this guy and where does he come from?
He came from Riverview. My friend and I, we caught him up there inside Riverview in an unimproved lot.
You caught him?
Yes.
He was running wild?
Yeah, he's a wild animal, and that's probably one of the reasons why he's a bit on the aggressive side. Yeah, this is a black and white Argentine tegu. They're from Argentina and Brazil, and they're of a docile nature, which is why they're popular as pets. But this one was wild, and you know, it's probably somebody's pet at some time. Yeah. And then he just hasn't calmed down yet.
This guy doesn't seem to appreciate that guy there either.
No.
What's the danger of having these guys once they get to the point where you can no longer really control them?
Well, you know, it's in the animal's best interest. You got to accommodate the animal, and just make sure you're feeding it properly and accommodate its housing, you know, because these animals get so big that a lot of people buy them when they're young, and they kind of outgrow their stay. People can accommodate, you know, they can accommodate a much smaller snake when it's young versus a larger snake that's around 7.5 feet. And this guy,
he's not happy. Why don't we put him back in the box and you have someone else here.
There's a shot of his mouth if you
like, look at that.
Yeah, he's you know, a bit unhappy now, and he's showing me that he's unhappy.
Okay, so let's put him back and let's break out the tortoise you have over here before we have to break away. And again, tell us where this event is and what time it's at.
It starts at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Today, and it's a Boyd Hill Nature Preserve. We want to remind people to register before the event. You can't show up to a Pet Amnesty Day event without pre-registering to adopt animals. Okay. You don't have to register in order to surrender animals. This right here is a African sulcata tortoise. They're from West Central Africa, and they're very similar to our gopher tortoise here in Florida. This guy is the third largest tortoise species, growing upwards around 3 feet, up to possibly more than 200 pounds. So
he's really tiny. Yeah. We have to break away now. Brian, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
And again, if you have one of these animals, the information's on the screen there. Get over to Boyd Hill Nature Preserve. If you can't take care of them again or anymore, get over there and give them up. No questions asked.
Yes. It's all free.